Hey gang, meteorologist Jeremy Capel with you shortly before 5 o'clock on this Tuesday, January the 6th. Thank you very much for hopping back on this. This will be a short show. Just wanted to pop on, say hello. Yes, it's been snowing today. Take a look outside. You can see where we've still got some light snow falling. But it is a wintry wonderland out of here. Wayne County. You're looking out towards Lake Ontario, where it looks like we got somewhere in the order of about 3 to 4 inches of new snow today, and the expectation that we will in fact see more here during the overnight period tonight. Timing out the snowfall, how much more to expect for Rochester, Western New York, and I want to update our friends across the plains as well. Looks like some pretty big winters out there. Locally, 15 plus inches of snow across portions of Nebraska. Same storm system again, providing the wintry weather that we're observing outside right now. Thank you for being with us. We will make this a short show. Just want to jump right on into some of the goods. We'll start you off with local radar here out of Western New York. And we did see that first round make its way through the region, and now we're looking at that next round of some generally light snowfall. You're taking a look at next red. This is level 2 imagery coming out of Buffalo, New York. The steady snows have ended for now. Now we're seeing more snow showery type of a scenario developing. Temperatures are below freezing, 28 in Rochester, but you can see where we are mixing in with a little bit of a mixed bag further south. That's where those temperatures are getting up closer to freezing here as we speak. We'll put those temperatures on real quick, and then we'll take a look elsewhere across the area. 28 Rochester, but look at Jamestown. It's 34 degrees. The warmer air not too far away, and that's going to play a factor. Once we get ourselves into this evening, that little bubble of warmer air will come up, make a run at Rochester. I think Rochester will get close to freezing into west central New York here this evening. A little drizzle, a little light snow, maybe a few pellets of sleet, but overall not a huge deal. Here's a look at the advisory and the one county warning. That's for Oneida County to the east of Syracuse, where you do have an active winter storm warning. Everybody else, yeah, it is what it is. This is just very simply winter weather advisory, and again, it goes from very low end, where you have just a tiny bit of mixing, where we had a little bit of freezing drizzle and some sleet, to, again, higher end advisory for snow, which I think some areas will end up around 6, maybe locally 7 inches of the white stuff. So, as expected, not the storm of the century, but it's enough again to cause some problems. So I'm going to bring on national radar next. Give me a moment while I bring that on board. I want to say hello to some of our friends that have come on in. If you don't mind, a quick like or share of this video. It is always appreciated. And thank you very much for being here. And give me a moment, we'll bring up that U.S. radar loop, and we'll jump on into your future radar as well, coming up here in just a couple of moments. Right now, let's check in to see who we have on the program as we speak. Small crowd, but thank you for being here. Thank you, James, Cheryl, Helen. Appreciate you guys. Got a little light snow in Geneva right now, says Jim Perry. About 3 inches, temperature right at 29 degrees. Here's your future cast. I'm going to bring up, you can see the storm as it continues to make progress off to the east. And we're going to see that backside, and I think that'll come with some lake enhancement for parts of western New York and central New York here later on tonight. And let's see if we can't go ahead and get our, there it is. Okay, so we've got our radar mosaic back up. Take you back over there. National perspective. So we've got the initial storm. That's what's making its way through the northeast. A lot of that energy lifted north, even into southern Canada, Ontario, and now Quebec, but the backside energy is approaching. A secondary low making its way through portions of the plains, exiting the Rockies right now, high plains of Colorado, Kansas. This is secondary to low pressure, where they do have new winter weather advisories posted for that as well. It's easy to see where the jet stream has carved itself out. Obviously, major troughing across the west, and then you can see that jet stream wind energy as it just drives it right across the northeast. And it's an active pattern, as it should be for this time of the year, making our way into the end of January. You would expect these systems to be more frequent, and that is exactly what we have been seeing. So coming up in the program, I'll have your future radar coming up here in just a couple of moments. Let's take a look. Also, our friends over at the National Weather Service. This is out of Omaha, where they are reporting those snow totals for you, and nothing to sniff at. Near Omaha and towards Lincoln, Nebraska, the big winner. That's at 14.8 inches. You see marked on here. Davie, Nebraska, 15 inches of snow. So some pretty good snows. 14 inches for Silver City. Panama, Iowa, coming in at 14 inches as well. So as expected, parts of Nebraska, Iowa getting the heart of this storm, about 12.5 inches officially out of Omaha. Here's a look at the satellite perspective. Very easy to see where you've got not one but two different systems. You've got the one that is exiting the northeast right now, and then the one coming in behind it. There's actually a third, which we'll talk about, and that's just now making its way onshore the Pacific West Coast. That will provide an opportunity for snow for portions of the Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic by late over the weekend. And I'll talk more about that specifically in this program. So we'll have that for you coming up here in a few minutes. It's right at 5 o'clock. Thank you for being here. If you don't mind, a quick like and share of the program. As always, it's appreciated. And also, be sure to hit the notification bell if you weren't notified when we came on. We'd love to have you come back for future updates. I am right now in the process of loading our FutureCast model. And we'll take a detailed look at what to expect for the rest of this system as we go throughout the next 24 hours or so. That's loading now. There's new information coming in from the National Weather Service. If you're wondering what that noise was, the winter weather advisory does continue. And this is for basically all of western New York. And it does include Erie County, Monroe County, Cayuga County. I'm wondering if they're going to have a new statement regarding the one county winter storm warning, which I think is kind of funny. Why do I think it's funny? Well, it's simply because the conditions in Oneida County will not be all that different from the conditions in Oswego County, for instance, or to the north in Jefferson County or Onondaga County. It won't be that different. I always find it humorous once, because what they're looking for is a certain threshold, and they're looking for 7 inches in 12 hours is what they're looking for. And so they're thinking there they may get it. Well, maybe they'll only get 5 or 6 in the counties next to it. It's 6 half dozen or the other. Everybody's dealing with a bit of a mess, that part of New York. So with that being said, let's see if we've got our FutureCast ready to go here. It is. I'm going to bring that up in full. And then we'll take a final look at some numbers and then your outlook coming up in just a couple of moments. All right, here you go. FutureCast radar. Didn't have this. Oh, that's not you. That's Weather Service chat. Let's go back on over to our radar source. Here it is. So we're going to pick things up about 7 o'clock this evening, a couple hours from now. This is the way to be looking. Again, they're not one but two separate systems. The larger of the two is already responsible for 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow across western central New York. That continues to move away, but we get the backside effect. So I think there's going to be a lull for a period this evening. And then late this evening it comes back. That's on the backside of that low. And I think that'll come down moderately heavy for a period of time overnight tonight. You'll get some lake enhancement with that as well. So if those winds turn around to the north and northwest, you'll get that lake enhancement coming off of Lake Ontario. So some of that could be coming down at a pretty good clip for a couple of hours later on tonight. And I think we'll keep some of these snow showers around into the morning hours tomorrow, especially for those favored areas to the east of Rochester. And then that'll wind down. So big picture here, we'll rock through it one more time together. And you can see the actual low as of 7 o'clock this evening will be located very close to Rochester. It's going to be located right about here. So what it's going to do is it's going to wait for that low to pass to the east. And as it does so, it'll begin to pull in the colder air and then the backside moisture. So that's when we're expecting additional accumulations. And again, slick roadways tomorrow morning. It shouldn't take very long tomorrow. Maybe even some partial sunshine return to the area tomorrow to help clear things up, to make things a little better for the day. Got Mary on here. Hello, Mary. Thank you for being on. We've got Bruce and Cheryl. Cheryl says about 3 inches in her backyard. Cheryl, remind me where you are located at. This was my snowfall prediction from last night. I think overall this is going to be pretty true. I may have to trim back those totals just a smidge for some of those southern counties. So basically, you know, I think we'll get the 4, maybe 5 inches in Rochester. I don't know what they officially reported so far, but that should line up pretty well with most of what we're seeing. Areas that may not get the 3 to 5, I think down here in central Finger Lakes. I've got a report of 2 inches so far out of Canandaigua. I guess we only need another inch to verify, so that'll come close. But again, not the storm of the century. There's Oneida County where we've got the 5 to 10. That's where the warning is at. I'll take that as success. I'll take that. So that was the forecast from last night. And again, overall, that appears to be intact. So I'm not going to make any big changes to that. Just know that just another inch or 2 expected during the overnight period tonight. So overall, not that big of a deal. Here's a look at the jet stream pattern, though. I want to show you guys kind of the pattern that is setting up, what we're going to be moving into. All right, and there it is. So current jet stream pattern showing we do have kind of a blocky pattern across the polar region right now. You've got this rather sizable high pressure blocking area over north of Hudson Bay. Typically you'll have a polar vortex located near that position, but it's not. The polar vortex is broken down into several smaller pieces right now, and you can see there's a lobe right there. We've got more energy here. You got counterclockwise. So again, typically you get more of a centralized polar vortex. It's kind of scattered. Its energy is scattered, which means that systems are generally going to be moving a little slower across the continental United States, and that's what we're seeing. As far as the U.S. is concerned, though, you've got the one unified westerly that is pushing, again, the 2 systems that we're tracking for you. And beyond that, there's going to be sufficient cold, again, for the next system as well, I think. So there's system 1 and 2. The second one really is going to miss most of the Northeast completely. It's going to swing south. And then we'll watch this one out here over the Pacific West Coast. And that'd be a player, I think, late over the weekend for many people. So let's go ahead and bring that up. I've got your GFS ready, locked and loaded and ready to go. So we'll back it up. Current system moving here now. So system 1, system 2, again, misses. It will bring some snow, I think, to parts of the lower Ohio Valley. Not a lot. I do know that there has a winter weather advisory has been issued for parts of the Ohio Valley. So let's take a look. And I'm going to take you back over to our high-res futurecast since we're on here, and you can take a look for yourself. And here you go. So let's rock it, and here we go. Moving into the Ohio Valley tomorrow afternoon, maybe sometime after about 1 o'clock, and that looks like that's going to take us to the range that we've got set. So let me forward that a little bit more. We'll go out to about 42 hours starting tomorrow. And give me a moment for that to load. There we go. It's moving in now. And we're going to come back to this image here in a couple of moments. We'll just let it play. And it's, this model does tend to show, it shows the green. It's really not. It's really light snow as it develops into the afternoon hours tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be marginal, though. And with temperatures not far away from freezing, I think you're not going to end up with a lot of accumulation for parts of the Ohio Valley. It's just going to be a very minor event. But that's pretty typical. Let me pull up Weather Service to see what they're saying as far as the Ohio Valley. And it looks like that advisory technically is for Louisville and Jefferson County. Floyd County, Clark County, and Indiana points off to the east. But I don't think they're expecting much. What are they saying? Yeah, they're saying, like, generally speaking, less than a half-inch of snow. So, not going to be the storm of the century. Sorry, friends in Lexington, you could pick up a little bit more near you. Lexington, let's see what they're projecting. Not a lot, and they're projecting, again, generally speaking, an inch or so. Not obviously not much to speak of at all. All right, with that being said, it is about 10 minutes after 9. As promised, we're going to keep this fairly tight. I'm going to show you your outlook here coming up in a moment. So system number 1 making its way through the region now. And then I'm going to take you back over to, again, interest of this weekend. For this weekend, that third system will sweep in. So system number 1 exits, a bit of a lull this evening, and then snow on the back side. Overnight tonight, another inch, possibly 2. Let's go back over to the PC, and so number 2 system dives through parts of the Ohio Valley. Should bring some decent snow to those areas of higher elevation. Eastern Tennessee, Smoky Mountains, parts of the Appalachians, Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, West Virginia to a lesser extent with this one. You'll get some snow all the way to the Outer Banks maybe, though, tomorrow night. All right, here's the other system of interest, and there it is. It's a wound up low. Brings it into the Central Plains, and then it begins to weaken. But as it does, it should spread a shield of snow. That's the idea according to the GFS. The Euro's coming in differently further south with it. This has been the more consistent of the models, so I might just hold sway with the GFS for now. We'll see how it does. Behind it, wraparound moisture, wind, and some snow coming off the lakes. That will be starting on Sunday. So here's Saturday, here's Saturday night, and there's Sunday. And then even into Monday, so this could be a couple-day event. So Sunday, Monday, and it's even got some lake effect snow showers into Tuesday as well. So could have a multi-day event late over the weekend, early next week. We'll have to watch the models to see how that pans out. With that being said, final check to see who's on here. Any questions? Appreciate you being on here, Mary. Cheryl is in Red Creek, that's right. Bruce Wayne, Jim Perry, and Helen Coons, thank you for stopping by. If you guys don't mind, a quick thumbs up. As always, it's appreciated. And maybe share the video if you liked it. We'll have more updates here as we head on into the middle of the week. Of course, we do have our 8:45 Facebook show. You can join us for that as well. Last night, I think we got on at 9:25, a little later. We'll try to get back on about 8:45 tonight. That's Weather Live at 8:45 on Facebook. Find me, Jeremy Capel. Capel, of course, spelled with a K. Appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you during our next update. Bye.